Hey, it's Adrian, and today I have the JLAB's Epic Lab Edition earbuds. And what makes these so unique is that they have dual hybrid drivers. So we have one driver dedicated to bass and another driver with the Knowles balanced armature for everything else. And that just pushes standout sound to your ears. On top of that, we have battery life rated for up to 13 hours, an IP55 rating for dust and sweat protection, wireless case charging, a wireless USB-C dongle for super low latency, LDAC, multi-point, and more. So if all of that sounds good to you, let's take a closer look at the JLAB Epic Lab Edition earbuds, and a big thanks to JLAB for sending these out for review. In the box, we have the JLAB Epic earbuds along with the charging case, USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable, quick start guide, 5 other earbud types, and a USB Type-C wireless dongle. The design of the JLAB Epic Lab Edition earbuds is definitely deserving of the name because this feels really good in the hand. Now this is a zinc alloy case coming in at around 77 grams or 0.17 pounds, so you will definitely feel this in your pocket. It doesn't feel dinky or lightweight, it feels quite robust. On the front, we have LED indicator lights to show charging status and other status indicators. We also have the JLAB writing at the top with the logo. On the rear, we have the USB Type-C port, and there's a rubberized type of finisher that prevents it from kind of like sliding or falling down. So it's a well thought out design. On the front, we have this thumb notch here, and if I lift this up, this is the first opening kind of segment here, because what you could do is from here you could kind of tip it all the way up so you have easy access to grab the earbuds. And I'm happy to say that it's really easy to take these out and put them back in. It's not difficult like you would find on the design of others, and especially because you could just retract this all the way back. Now, interestingly with this, we do have an included USB Type-C wireless dongle that's housed right in the case. And of course, it's easier to take this out once you remove the earbuds, but it's handy that this is housed right in the case. And you can use this to connect to your laptop or desktop or maybe even gaming consoles. I'll have to test that out and let you know. But yeah, overall, the case is really well designed and it feels very premium. And just taking a look at the actual earbuds themselves, so this is what it looks like. It's a very short stem, and you can see the housing here is a little bit on the larger side, but definitely not the largest I've used. We have 2 microphone grills on the sides, one there, and these have environmental noise cancellation. And then we also have the JLAB logo there, and then we also have touch controls as well through that. I'm just gonna remove the ear tip cover. That's what the speaker grill looks like, and the charging contacts. But yeah, overall, well thought out design. Everything just kind of meshes and blends very well. Here's a quick look at some of the specs. Feel free to pause and read through, or go ahead and jump to the next video section. All right, I'm going to pair the JLAB Epic earbuds with my phone for the first time. So to do that, I'm just going to take out both earbuds, and I'm just going to wait for the Google Fast Pair to pop up on my phone. There we go. Hit connect. And this will work with any phone running Android 6 and above, I believe. And of course, if you don't have it, you could go through the traditional way of going into your Bluetooth settings just by long pressing on here, going into details, and connecting it by scanning with Bluetooth. But you can see it's successfully connected now, and we're at 100% battery life. Now that the JLAB earbuds are connected to my phone via the Google Fast Pair feature, the JLAB app has detected them, and I can see that there's a firmware update, which I'm always happy to see because it means the company is actively working on improving the user experience. Now that the earbuds are connected to my S24 Ultra, I'm going to connect them to my Z Fold 5 so I could use the multi-point functionality. So I'm just going to remove them from the case again. And likely they're going to connect on my first phone. And what I'm going to have to do is to just disconnect it manually and wait for the Google Fast Pair to show up, which it has. Click on connect. And in a few seconds, there we go, device connected. So it's now connected to it's now paired to the S24 Ultra and Z Fold 5. You can see that the earbuds are connected to my first phone and my second phone simultaneously. So I'll jump to the YouTube app and I'll be able to play music from both of these pretty much simultaneously. So let me start on the Z Fold 5. I'm gonna bring this closer to the microphone. Hopefully you can hear that. Now I'm gonna play on the S24 Ultra. So it's taken a few seconds, but it stopped the music automatically on the Z Fold 5 and switched it over to the S24 Ultra. And I'll do that again. Let's take a look at the JLAB app settings. So once you open it up, you can see the battery level for the right and left earbud. If we go into noise control modes, we can switch between noise cancellation or be aware. And you can also just turn this off completely if you just want it on normal mode. Now, once you do turn it on, you can see that there are strength effect sliders for both the be aware and noise canceling mode. If we go under equalizer, we have 3 preset equalizers that we could pick from, and you could also go into custom and create your own custom equalizer. And under touch controls, this is where you can go ahead and switch the 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, and the long press, or you could set everything back to default. Now if I go to the 3 taps, these are the options that you have, and you can also set it to none if you just kind of want to disable some of the touch controls and just use your device for the controls. Under modes, we can switch from music to movie mode. Now, there is no dedicated gaming mode. If you're going to be using these for gaming, I recommend using the wireless dongle here, the USB Type-C connector. That's going to get you the lowest latency. Then we can go into safe hearing, and you could put it at the default, the 95 decibel limit or 85 decibel limit if you like. And you can enable the auto play pause sensors or the in-ear or smart wearing detection. And then you can check for any updates for the earbuds. And under JLAB, this is where we can go into ambient sounds. Now this is pretty cool because you can kind of simulate, it raining, so you don't actually have to watch a YouTube video or something. You could just have this kind of noise while you're trying to sleep. And what's really interesting is you can actually stack these effects. So you could have raining plus a bird chirping, plus a plane going and a fan going. It's actually pretty cool that they've included this. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of that type of white noise type of things. And then there is actually a burn-in tool if you like. They recommend, letting these play for 40 hours. Now I've put well over 40 hours since I've received these, so I don't really need to do that. Then you can also go into the control guide, and it's going to show you what the controls are for, answering calls or hanging up. And then lastly, we have the JLAB store here, and under settings, these are the languages you could pick from. So it looks like we have Mandarin, Netherlands, English, French, Dutch, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Korean, Japanese, etc. Here's a demo of the ambient noises. So here's rain. And then a bird chirping. Fan noise. All right, let's talk about the sound performance on here, and I really don't think you're going to be disappointed because this dual hybrid design or dual hybrid driver design that they have going on works so well in tandem with each other. So we have one driver dedicated to bass, and if you listen to bass heavy songs, or if you're a bit of a bass head, you're definitely going to feel that thump. There's warm resonance on here. Now there is a bass boost mode. I did use that, but I found that it kind of muddied things up a bit too much for me. So I was mostly using the JLAB signature equalizer. However, if you want to take, kind of full advantage of what the Knowles Balanced Armature driver provides, there is an equalizer for that as well, especially if you're going to be listening to a lot of vocals or just, music that covers a wide variety of ranges. That's probably going to be your best bet. But for the most part, I do like things, tuned a little bit more bass heavy. So I really stuck to the JLAB signature. I also listened with LDAC on, and the volume again around, I would say 60 to 70, maybe sometimes 80% depending on the song. And it was just, a rich, expansive music listening experience. Like I was using these basically every night before I went to bed, when I was brushing my teeth on the computer. I really couldn't take them off. And here's how quickly in-ear detection works. So the video is playing, pop it out, music stops, put it back in. Really within seconds, it is so responsive. The active noise cancellation is definitely better than the ANC that I experience on most type of earbuds. Now I attribute that to the pretty good seal that I have on here. And once I crank the volume, say around 60-70%, it's fairly loud where I can barely hear anything, just ambiently. And if I go ahead and snap my fingers with ANC on and the strength effect slider set to the maximum, I really can barely hear anything. Now, when I switch to transparency mode, it really lets a lot of audio in, so it's perfect for just having a two-way conversation without taking these in and out of your ear. But like I showed earlier, if you wanted to take them in and out, well, you do have smart wearing or in-ear detection. I've also used the earbuds for a bunch of calls with no issues, but here's a demo of what microphone pickup sounds like. Here's what the JLAB Epic Lab wireless earbuds sound like with no ambient noise in the background. Here's what the JLAB Epic Lab earbuds sound like with simulated background noise playing in the background at around 50% volume. Let's take a look at the touch controls in the JLAB app. And the reason I'm holding it like this is to simulate it being in my ear, since this does have in-ear detection. Now, I have it programmed for a single tap to do volume up and volume down. Now, if I do a double tap, it's going to play and resume playback. That's on the right earbud. A double tap on the left will open up the voice assistant, and you can see how responsive it is. Now, if I do a triple tap, you can see it just switched to be aware. I'll do another triple tap here. It's going to turn off ANC. Another triple tap, and it's going to turn on noise cancellation. So super handy. Now, if I do a triple tap on the left, 1, 2, 3, and I'll go into equalizer. So it's moved from equalizer 1 to 2. And I'll do that again, equalizer 3, and then I think I did 4 there, custom equalizer, and then 1, 2, 3 again, and then back to the first equalizer, which is my preferred. So you can see the touch controls are super responsive on here. Now, if I just open my palms up, it thinks it's out of my ear. It's going to stop music playback, and as soon as I cup them again, it resumes very quickly. Honestly, it's very impressive how fluid it works. All right, let's talk about gaming. Now, there is no dedicated gaming mode that you could activate on these, and there's no gaming mode in the JLabs app as well. But we have something better. So we have this USB Type-C wireless dongle, and you can plug this into any device that has a USB Type-C port, so your phone, your laptop, desktop, and this will wirelessly transmit that audio with the lowest latency, much lower than if you were to use a Bluetooth connection. That said, I did use the earbuds when playing COD Mobile on my phone. There's a little bit of latency, but nothing that prevented me from playing and enjoying it. All right, let's talk about comfort, because this is definitely not going to be for everyone. Now, these earbuds, the body is a little bit on the beefier side. However, the tip that goes into your ear canal, it's fairly standard. It's not too large. Now, I usually wear these for about 1 to 3 hours, and definitely I know when I take them off, I can feel that, they were in, versus with some other earbuds, they just kind of rest or go in very gently. You take them out and your ear doesn't feel any bit differently. So yeah, if you have smaller ear canals, these are probably not the best for you. But if you have, I would say, like normal to larger size, these won't be a problem. And even when I flick it or bump it or whatever, it actually stays fairly well in place. The battery life has been fantastic so far. So these are rated for between 9 to 13 hours, depending on if you're listening with ANC on or off. And of course, if you have LDAC on or off as well. Now, I'm estimating I'm going to get around 6 to 8 hours when I'm listening, and I do have LDAC on all the time, and I do use ANC, and I am using, the JLAB signature equalizer with the volume set around, say, 60 to 70% most of the time, which is pretty good in my books. That's already pretty much a day of listening for me. Now, whenever these do get drained, a quick 10-minute charge is going to give you about an hour and 45 minutes of additional listening time. And then if you factor in the charging case, well, you're going to get between 36 to, I believe, 53 hours, again, depending on if ANC is on or off. And by the way, the case also supports wireless charging, which is really handy because you could just do kind of reverse charging using your phone to charge the case up. So the JLAB Epic Lab Edition wireless earbuds are an easy recommendation for me. I've had these for about 2 months. I was supposed to do this review way earlier, but I just kind of got hooked on these, kind of incorporating them into my routine as my daily drivers. They're that good. It was hard to put them down, and I have a bunch of other earbuds that I could use. But let's talk about the price, because these are not budget-friendly earbuds. They come in at $200 US, but I have seen them go on sale for about $100 US on Amazon. But I want to talk about if you were to buy these at, full price or close to full price, because even at full price, I think these offer a lot of value over, more mainstream offerings that cost the same as this or even more. So the first thing I want to mention is the amazing build quality on this. So the case is a zinc alloy case. It's heavy. You can feel it in your pocket. And I've dropped these a handful of times, you know, trying to take photos or just kind of being kind of clumsy because I'm using them every day, you know, late at night while I'm brushing my teeth. And, you know, I'm just not all there. And surprisingly, there's no cracks, no damage. The sound performance is just as good. The other thing is that the case has wireless charging. You know, there's some earbuds where they cost as much of this or more. They may not have wireless charging. You also have an IP55 rating on here. There's LDAC functionality. You have multi-point. And on top of that, we have the USB-C wireless dongle. And you're also not going to be disappointed with the sound coming out of these. Whether you're a bass head, you know, you have that dedicated driver just for bass. And then if you're someone who likes, you know, a more balanced listening experience, hey, we have the Knowles preferred armature on here, and then you could just switch the equalizer to take full advantage of that. So there's basically something for everyone with these pair of earbuds. And then don't forget also about the outstanding battery life. Definitely one of the longest lasting earbuds I've used, and that's thanks in part to the 85 milliamp hours in each earbud, which kind of is, you know, part of the reason for the size. We have 2 drivers in here and a fairly large battery. So yeah, all in all, this is a fantastic option if you were to pick it up full price or even on sale. It really packs a ton of features in here. So if you're interested in picking up the JLAB Epic Lab Edition wireless earbuds, I'm going to leave some links down below. And if I happen to have any coupon codes or discount codes, I'll also leave those down below in the comments and in the video description. And if you found this review helpful, please consider checking out some of my other reviews on here. I review a bunch of different tech, so I'm sure you'll find something you like. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe. It truly does help me out as a growing channel. And I hope to see you in the next one soon.